voice in Strange World, and what is he like, and what does he want?
In Strange World, I voice. Let me start again. In Strange World, I voice Jaeger Clade. He's the patriarch of the family, the greatest explorer in the world, according to himself, and he wants his son to follow in his footsteps so he can carry on the family legacy. But that is not to be.
I play Searcher Clade, who is the son of Jaeger Clade and the father of Ethan Clade. And Searcher is a farmer. He actually, on one of his adventures with his father at a very young age, he found a plant called Pando, which has all these special powers. And Pando actually gives power to all of Avalonia, the town that we live in. And so Searcher is very special in his own way, not as an adventurer, but as a farmer. And that's what he grows. He grows Pando, and he's a very, very famous farmer. And he wants his son, Ethan, to be a farmer too.
I play Ethan Clade, who's the son of Searcher and the grandson of Jaeger. Ethan wants to join along on this adventure because Ethan really wants to be an explorer, but his dad is a farmer and his dad really wants him to follow in his footsteps. So Ethan kind of just sneaks his way onto this ship, not a spaceship, even though it is a ship moving through space. He sneaks his way onto the ship and just tags along for the adventure.
Jake, describe the relationship Searcher has with his dad and how that affects his relationship with his son.
Searcher is the son of Jaeger Clade, probably one of the most famous Avalonians around. And when he was a young boy, he went on an adventure with his dad, and his dad basically left and got lost, and they've been estranged for 25 years when the movie begins. So Ethan, Searcher's son, grew up without a grandfather, and really all these things that were unresolved between Searcher and Jaeger all have to be dealt with when, by chance, they happen to come across Jaeger again.
Dennis, how did you bring Jaeger to life? He has a big personality. What's the key to conveying that?
The key to Jaeger's personality is he's big, and so I went big. That's, the character looks like me on massive amounts of steroids, and I myself gained 120 pounds of muscle for then they told me it was going to be animated and I wouldn't even be on camera, but well, it's beside the point.
What we do for a role.
Jaboukie, describe the process of voicing a character in a Disney animated movie.
The process of voicing an animated character in a Disney movie is kind of amazing and a little surreal just because when you watch the end product, you end up seeing yourself on screen. I think it kind of evolves with your performance, and the more that you bring to the role, the more the animators have to work with, to the point that even just like a little gasp or a quiet breath would become this big animation gesture or moment that was just really beautiful. It's just a communication between what you're doing, what your castmates are doing, and what influences their performance, what parts of their performance influences yours. It's just, it's really interesting.
Dennis, describe the Strange World and what makes it so strange.
The Strange World is created by Disney, and this is the next step in animation. It really is. It's like, I think they reinvented color when they made this movie, and it takes you into this other place that was way beyond my imagination when we were making it, and it blew my mind.
Jake, without giving away the ending, how do the explorers and the Strange World connect with our own world and its future?
Well, the heart of Strange World is a very simple idea, but I think full of complexity, which is that everything that you learn in your family, all the things you learn and don't learn are what we bring to us, to the world outside of it. And at the heart of this story, is really how we treat the world around us in our environment. And if we can solve some of the issues within our family, this story seems to say, we may be able to solve a lot of problems outside of it in the environment we live in. And I think that idea translates into the world we live in today. I think so many of the things that, we tend to do to our own environment have to do with the things that we neglect within ourselves, that we don't pay attention to, that we don't have time for, or, we have to fight against. And so I think they're all very relatable. This world we live in today is a pretty strange world too.
Jaboukie, who is Splat, and what makes it such a cool character?
Splat is an amazing blob of a thing. Hard to really pinpoint what Splat is, but I think that is the beauty of Splat. The really cool thing about Splat is that Splat's able to communicate so much with no face, no discernible emotions, language even, but everyone seems to get what he's talking about and just get on his page. I think that's powerful, and he's so nice in real life.
Dennis,
Yes.
what was your personal connection with the story?
Well, my personal connection with the story of Strange World is that, well, if you've ever been a child or you've ever been a parent, you're going to connect to this movie because issues there that we go through in life, through different eras of life. And, it's an ongoing thing, an ongoing story. And the legacy of a family continues and evolves.
Who do you voice in Strange World, and what is she like?
Hi, I'm Gabrielle Union, and I voice Meridian Clade. She is one of a family of adventurers who are trying to navigate uncharted territory. In her past life, before she was a mother and a wife, she was a fighter pilot. And perhaps some of those skills that she had from the past, married with some of the skills that she has from her present day life, lead her through this journey into the strange world.
Did you find a personal connection with your character and her passion as a professional and as a mom?
So the things about Meridian that I relate to, I love that she is openly demonstrative with her affection for her husband and her child. I love that she strongly encourages her son to be exactly who he is and to follow his heart and to follow his passions. I also love that she's got, perhaps that she's forgotten just how awesome of a fighter pilot that she is, and when called upon, she realizes that perhaps she's more than meets the eye, and that there's a lot more to her, and perhaps some of those skills that she's been sleeping on are needed and perhaps should remain in the forefront of her life. And I relate to all of that because as moms, we're just winging it. We're doing our best. And sometimes we'd like to leave the past in the past, but sometimes some of those lessons of the past can actually be applicable in the present.
Describe the relationship Meridian has with her husband, Searcher, and how does Meridian and Ethan get along?
Meridian's relationship with Searcher is super loving and cute and romantic and sweet and very affectionate, and it's rare. We just don't really see that kind of demonstrative love in any medium in media. So that is just wonderful. But she's also the kind of wife that will tell her husband when he's perhaps not on the right track. And I love that part about her as well. And her relationship with Ethan is awesome. Like, she's a cool mom, which I love. She strongly encourages Ethan to be exactly who he is and to live out loud. And she doesn't ask him to diminish any part of him to fit into their family. She loves him exactly as he exists in the world. And she loves his heart, and she encourages him to follow it.
What is Pando, and why does the family set off on this mission to the strange world?
So Pando is the crop that they farm, and it has become sort of endangered. Something is happening to the Pando, and they set off on this adventure to figure out what's going on with Pando because Pando is needed in their community. So this is really a fight for the heart of their community, and that's what Pando is.
How would you describe the strange world and the bizarre creatures there?
There are so many different, strange, peculiar, funny, sweet characters in Strange World that our cast of adventurers encounter. There's Splat, which is it's like a blue blob of love. There's their three-legged dog, Legend, who is so sweet and goofy and has a tendency to run right towards danger. There's a world of mysterious, interesting creatures that you'll have to just learn about when you watch the movie. No spoilers.
Without giving away the ending, how do these explorers and the strange world connect with our own world and its future?
So the worlds of Strange World and our world, they connect because there are a lot of very important resources that we have to hold dear and we have to protect. And we can't take anything for granted, not in Strange World and not in our world. And it takes the whole community coming together to center our collective needs. And that's the only way we're going to make it through Strange World or our world.
Meridian is a strange female character. Why is it that important for the generations who will follow us?
I think Meridian has a very dynamic personality. She's a complex woman. And I think it's important to have complex, layered characters, and certainly ones of color, because we exist in the world. We're not perfect as a species. We're not a monolith. Black women, Black adventurers, women of color who have big lives, we're not a monolith. And it's important to show all of our diversity and all of our complexities because we have to create space for all of us to exist exactly as we are. And we're not all cookie cutter, exactly perfect. I don't think it exists. So I think it's a great idea to lead with a perfectly imperfect character like Meridian.